This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. They are compatible with TCG Live, and you can of course get everything on the website for 5% off using the coupon code ZapdosTCG. This video is also sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can do it as well. And you can use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a platform where you're able to, of course, create your own custom playmat. They have, of course, capabilities to ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. So definitely check it out. Last but not least is Dragon Shield, the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. You can of course there's links down below for US and European people, and you can of course get your best quality sleeves available, as well as deck boxes and binders. Thanks so much for sticking around with the commercials. I hope you enjoyed today's upload. If you do, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, and let's get this video going. Sup YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG uploads, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Today we're going to be checking out some new cards that got revealed for the Raging Surf set coming out on the 22nd of September. We're going to be getting these cards in November with the Paradox Rift. And before you guys are thinking about it, what is Paradox Rift? Well, Paradox Rift is actually, I don't know if you can see it, it is actually a set that comes out on the, I think it's going to be half November or something like that, or in the beginning of November. The thing is clear, it's gonna be our November set, and it actually comes back with some future and ancient Pokemon as the new mechanic. So as you can see here, there is an Iron Valiant EX. They are also basic Pokemon, by the way. These are as you can see in the right top corner, they are future Pokemon, and they're also gonna be cards that are gonna be working together with the future mechanic, just as we got way back with like something like an Ultra Beast, or maybe even more recent with Rapid Strike. So they have their own categorization. These are future Pokemon. Actually, it's very, very cool. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the active spot, you're going to be putting 2 damage counters on one of the opponent's Pokemon. This can become a new donking deck if you play 4 Iron Valiant EXs, maybe some Hisuian Heavy Balls here and there, so you don't know. So you prevent the fact that they're going to be prized. So if you can get 4 of these activated to the active slot, this is going to add 80 damage onto one of the opponent's Pokemon. You can end the game before the opponent is able to play the game. If they have like one little Comfey, you win. If they have one little Rolls, you win. If you have one little Frigibax, you win. So it's a new donking deck coming back in the format. You have escape rope, switch cards, etc. That's going to be very scary. It's going to be probably a meme, but you don't never know which cards come out in the future. So there's that. There's also the ancient Pokemon card here, the Roaring Moon. We did see these cards at the World Championship. It's very cool. We have Dark Patch in the format, and with the Frenzied Gogging, you're going to be able to knock out your opponent's active Pokemon instantly. If you knock somebody out, you put 200 damage onto yourself. So you don't knock yourself out quite yet, but knocking something out instantly reminds me of Amazing Rare Yveltal. You know how good that was during its lifetime. And as mentioned, you still have Dark Patch in the format to power it up. You can even have maybe a Darkness version of Lost Box with maybe the Galarian Moltres thrown in there as well. You can go for Attach of the Turn, Mirage Gate, and then knock something out instantly. It is a very great card, and it will see play once we get the cards in November. With that being said, new cards have been revealed over at PokeBeach.com, so I'm very excited to be having my first impressions together with you guys, because people have been tagging me non-stop with that new Metal-type EX Pokemon. So there's a Lapras in the set, it's pretty bad. There is an Octillery here, which allows you, if you play this card from your hand, to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may draw 3 cards. The only way I could see this working out is like maybe you played this as a one-off in a Rapid Strike box deck. Think about Urshifu, just leave a Reverate on the bench, and in specific matchups you can just evolve and suddenly you draw 3 cards. That's like the only thing I can imagine. Maybe Rapid Strike Malamar could use this, because the Rapid Strike Remorates are actually Rapid Strike cards, and if you use the Rapid Strike Tentacles, you slap more damage, but out of nowhere the opponent Ionos you, then you can use Cynthia's Ambition on top of Octillery, and then you're going to be drawing so many cards that maybe as a one-off I could see it working out in these kind of archetypes. But we don't have Scoop Up Net, so you cannot abuse this. And even we had cards like this in the past that drew a couple of cards. If I had to think off the top of my head, like there's Zubat, Crobat, and Golbat lines actually drew some cards but never saw the light of day. Then there's a Plusle, 10 damage for each of your damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's like, kind of like a far-fetched double dip kind of attack. So you slap 10 damage plus 10 more for every damage counter already on your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can use maybe it could be a one-off in some sort of a Miraidon deck where you try to go for 2 shots, and this can be your one prize or Pokemon. There's also the Minun. If you have Plusle in play, whenever your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. You can't apply more than 1 body catch at the same time. So you cannot stack this, but it's pretty much like the effect of a stadium, let's say Old Cemetery, that if you attach an energy you get damage, and this only works if both of them are in play. Probably won't see play. Then there's Gimme Goal, very cool, everyone's favorite little fella from the treasure chest. And this actually is a 50 HP Pokemon. Forget about this one because we're in a Lost Box format. You're gonna have to be playing this one with 70 HP, 20 damage times the number of heads, and you flip coins until you get tails. So very suitable because there's so many coins going around. You flip until you get tails. Sometimes that can be hilarious in some sort of tournament. You're definitely gonna be needing this Gimme Goal because we're gonna be evolving very shortly into the fantastic new looking EX that is yeah, getting my eye sparked up really quickly because it's a very great card. First of all, Hoopa EX. It is a fire terrestrial type, as you can see here. Still, you cannot get damage if you're on the bench, being a terrestrial Pokemon. It needs darkness energies and it slaps 50 damage for every energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So if you're up against a deck that has bazillion amount of energies in play, maybe you're up against Miraidon and they have so many energies in play, this could slap huge damage, 50 damage for every energy they have in play. It requires darkness energies, which is the most awkward part about this because Dark Patch does not work on this fighting type, which is, it's a fighting type. I was saying fire type, but it's a fighting type. Yeah, excuse me for that. There's also the second attack, 200 damage, and you cannot use it during your next turn, but as we all know, Escape Rope Switch, and you can do it all again because the effect of the attack gets reset when you go to the bench. There is Stevel. Once during your turn, you may play a card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon. You may look at your opponent's hand, choose 2 energy cards you find there, and have them the opponent shuffle them into their deck. Yeah, not good. Definitely not good. And then there's the Gholdengo EX. Yes, this is going to be one of my favorite new things to test when the Paradox Rift set comes out. At first glance, everything about this card is nice. It is a stage 2, actually a stage 1 EX Pokemon evolving from that Gimme Goal, and you have the ability here, you may draw 1 card. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may draw 2 cards instead. This is also stackable, so move this to the active, draw 2. Move the other one to the active, draw 2. So you can draw so many cards, and drawing cards in the game is good, so this will be an archetype I'll be yeah, definitely playing. It also has Make It Rain, 50 damage, discard any number of basic energy cards from your hand. Doesn't need to be metal energies, by the way, so it just states basic energy cards. So you could be playing maybe some other fire energies in there, so you can be playing Radiant Zard, for example. So it only works for basic energies, and you also have energy retrieval, superior energy retrieval, etc. This is going to be very cool. Reminds me so much of Blacephalon, Baby Blacephalon, Unbroken Bonds. It was the deck that actually got my invite in like 2 months time. Poof, I got my invite instantly because of playing Baby Blacephalon. This will be the same thing. I love decks that slap a ridiculous amount of damage on the second turn of the game, or hopefully, yeah, on the second turn of the game. That's why I'm also a big fan of chien-pao. This is actually very cool because you can use this attack for only 1 energy. So 1 energy, and then you just have to build up your hand with tons of energies or superior energy retrievals. You can be playing this with some Irida in there as well, so you can have the way you, or maybe Arven, yeah. You play Arven to fetch superior energy retrieval in combination with a tool card. This is going to be a super good archetype, mark my words, because there's so much you can do with this. Not only does it draw cards as one-shots as well, so strong card for sure, because drawing cards is good, one-shotting is good. This is a card that is definitely going to be seeing play. Next is Chantal. This is a supporter. Flip a coin. This is a very funky one. If heads, Boss's Orders. Right? If tails, switch your active with one of your bench Pokemon. So it's like a switch card and a Boss's Orders on a coin flip. This is bad. Let's be honest. You just rather want to be playing Boss's Orders to make sure that you get some prize cards. Then there's the Parasol Lady, also available as a full art. Shuffle your hand to your deck and draw 4 cards. If you go second and it's your first turn, draw cards until you have 8 in hand. But the problem with that, yeah, let's see here. This could be maybe a one-off. You can search it out with Lumineon. So shuffle your hand to your deck, draw 8 as a one-off, which you can. But most of Pokemon, let's think about the decks that use Lumineon. Lugia wants to be going for Burnet or Research, depending on what is in hand. Chien-pao wants to be going for Iridoff so they can go wide on their board. Any other Lugia, if they use Luminion, the Lost Box decks want to be using Colress. Maybe in Gardevoir as a one-off, I suppose. So you can, if you have like all rare candies and Gardevoirs in your hand, instead of going for the research, you can go Luminion, Parasol Lady. But the problem is you could be drawing into those cards once again, but maybe I could see it there as a one-off. Moving forward, some more new cards. Execute is here. Has the way to go all the way into Exeggutor. Put 2 energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. Nah, this is bad. It's a bad Exeggutor. But then, get your Natus ready because Xatu is incredibly good. Think about Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX and the way it accelerated energies while drawing cards. Well, this is exactly that on a one prize Pokemon nonetheless, and you also are able to of course draw cards. So once during your turn, you may attach a basic Psychic Energy from the hand to one of your bench Pokemon if you do draw 2 cards. It does state bench Pokemon, doesn't need to specify like the Psychic Pokemon. So you can also accelerate to something like a Giratina, V-Star for example, to go turn 2 Lost Impact for example. So Turbo Lostina, who knows? Yeah, turn 2, if you're able to evolve all of these fellas, this is going to be very strong. You draw cards, you accelerate energies, this is great. The only bad thing is that it is not searchable with Levelable. That's the only bad thing about this card, but all the rest is good. You can get it out with Capturing Aroma, Messagosa, Ultra Ball even. So it's a very strong card, allowing you to accelerate basic energies from the hand to one of your bench Pokemon. Though they don't need to be in the discard pile, so you do draw cards and you have the Psychic Energies there. So this is going to be good. We have Fog Crystal still in the format as well to get the little Natus. So strong card. Xatu is strong. The fella that I talked about earlier, the Gholdengo EX is also very strong, so I'm very excited for all these cards. Deoxys, 120 damage, move all energy attached to this Pokemon to your bench in any way you like. This is bad. Then there's the Heat Rotom, also bad. There's Volcanion, Blast from the Past from Steam Siege. Power Heater, if you remember that attack, it's actually dual turbo, 20 damage, choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon and attach 1 basic fire energy from your discard pile to them. This is actually interesting to set yourself up in a fire deck, but we have Charizard, which accelerates to itself. If you're playing fire energies, that is. There's also, I don't know why you would be playing that over Charizard EX. There's of course the way you could be playing that with Skeledirge EX, which can boost up the damage output, but that's a stage 2, so I'm not too certain that this will see a lot of play. The cards that I'm seeing right now, Xatu will see play, and that Gholdengo EX as well. Then some other cards here. There's the Bombardier. If you go first, you can use this attack on the first turn for colorless energy, so splashable in any deck. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon and put them on the bench. So it's like if VIP Prize ever rotates, this actually might become playable, although you're putting a 2 prize Pokemon in play, although the speed will be removed with the fact that Movie Max will leave the format. So maybe then we can see play of this. Mantai gets a card after a bazillion years, so people are hyped about that if they're playing, actually collecting Pokemon for their Pokédex binders. Okay, there's an Yveltal, which can slap 90 damage if the active is an evolution. Not great. There's the Gorgeous Mantle. You may attach any number of tool cards. Now, if this Pokemon is attached, doesn't have a rule box, it gets 100 HP. When it gets knocked out, the opponent takes an additional prize card. So basically, you turn your 1 prizer into a 2 prizer with more HP. This could be huge for, let's say, Pokemon without a rule box. Think about a high HP Pokemon. I think it's like Torterra with 180 or 190 HP. Turning that into a 280 HP monstrosity could be hilarious. You could also put this on your Manaphy to protect it from Radiant Greninja. Lots of cards. This is a great card, so Gorgeous Mantle. So I'm very, very, very hyped for the Paradox Rift coming out very shortly. Actually, very shortly. What am I saying? It's only coming out in November, but we already have a sneak peek of the cards we're gonna be getting, which is awesome. Let me know your opinion down below about all these cards that we were talking about just now. If you have any favorite one, for me, of course, it is going to be that Gholdengo EX for sure, and I'm gonna be trying to make it work no matter what. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be seeing you guys very shortly for some more Pokemon TCG uploads. Of course, subscribe for more content on a daily basis, and I'll see you then. If you're looking for your custom playmat for the new season, click the link down below for yourplaymat.com to create a custom playmat and get 10% off to create that, so definitely do so. The rest of the sponsors also down below in the description. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG madness. Peace!